while I wait for my boss to come pick me up. It's been a pretty good day, I guess, for me. The news overnight's been pretty bad. I'll talk about that more on the walk home. Walk and talk this afternoon. I gotta go buy Ingles after work, and then we'll probably do a video on the way home. I'm gonna try, but figured I could have my morning coffee with y'all while we wait on my ride to get here. And figured I'd show off my latest piece that I almost forgot to bring to work. One of my coworkers purchased it. I still gotta put one last finishing touch on it. Just a little picture. Basically, if you notice my shorts, in my opinion, the short for this one didn't quite do well enough as far as like, I didn't do well enough. The editing software, whatever have you, didn't do well enough. I just don't think it did the picture the proper credit it deserves. But I mean, all you gotta do, folks, is just up your stuff a little bit. Let me try to find a spot for that phone. That'll work, I reckon. Because I was gonna put this up, but I didn't want y'all to have to just be looking at like blank sky or dead air, you know? I realized a long while back looking at my views that mostly these videos are for the future, not really for the time. I don't get a lot of live viewers anymore. My debut went great. After that, not so much. I don't blame them. I'm a bit of a downer. I'm still trying to get there, comedy-wise, but you know, comedy can be difficult, and it is in the eye of the beholder. And I mean, how the fuck are you supposed to make World War III, since apparently that's what we're gonna meme and call it? How are you supposed to make a setup of a time for it to be World War III? The reason why World War II happened, outside of just gross inhuman incompetence, the people back then couldn't see it. You want to know why most Americans during World War II loved the hell out of Henry Ford and all the other Nazi cunts? I'll say it that way, because I don't hero worship Ford, you know? Oh, hello, viewers. How y'all doing? Sorry, I don't want to get off track on this one. Henry Ford was a Nazi. He's one of the few Americans mentioned directly in Mein Kampf. Happy birthday, Lexi. Or whoever's birthday it is. It's not my birthday, sadly. But that's the thing. Back then, most Americans didn't know what was happening. Meanwhile, today, turn on TikTok and let it get off of the nonsensical let's dance stuff, and you're going to see war crimes. You're going to see a live-streamed Holocaust. People don't like that. Hell, I as an American, I don't like my taxes going to that. So I complain. Other people complain. And they can't do what they did back in World War II, which was basically they were fighting like hell trying to get people to want to join the war. When we say that we're deporting immigrants in America, and then they bring up Alligator Alcatraz, a prison set in Florida swamps, where the temperature can average at around 110 degrees, and it's a wet heat, which means you aren't going to cool off. You can sit in front of a fan. You can dip yourself in ice. There's a reason Florida man's crazy. It's because he's in Florida, and Florida's a crazy-ass place. Now, give me a second to check these out. Yeah, Jesus ain't helping nobody right now. Go pray to Jesus. He'll do something. Hey, again, get that crap out of my chat. Thank you very much. Because if you want to speak for yourself, by all means, speak for yourself. I will happily hear it. No, absolutely not. Good try. Bye over here because you think I'm Christian. I don't ascribe to any cult beliefs. Thank you. And if we're going to get on that subject, well, I can rave good people that have been fooled by all them pedophiles and monsters. Let's just say there's a reason there was a slave's Bible. You want to know why there ain't a slave's Quran? Because you ain't supposed to be a slave, friend. Why does your God say it's okay to own people? It is a cult. It is a cult. Okay, let's break it down by the bite model. Behavior control. What church will allow you to be yourself fully? I mean, your full freak flag fly. Behavior control. They control your behavior. I, intelligence control or information control. How much of truth, like true science, can you look at? Or did you also have a youth pastor who taught you that dinosaurs and humans walked hand in hand because of the Garden of Eden and creationism. I, information control. They're controlling your information. They're controlling your behavior. That's 2 off the bite model. T, thought control. Once again, now this is something that, again, I'm not saying in practice, I'm saying what she did her best to do. But either way, thought control. She used to tell me as a kid all the time, son, you can think whatever you want, but if you say it, God can hear it. So, thought control. Why am I so rude? Because that's why. I hate fake niceness. Much like I don't love everybody because that makes love meaningless, I'm polite to people who are polite to me. Why do you think you can bring your cult crap into my chat? Did I come into your chat speaking of the great kindness that is Satan and the great saint? Did I come into your chat saying, hey, everybody, we should all get along because the Christian faith teaches us to molest children? Because Christ never spoke out against that now, did he? He don't want you eating ham, but it's okay to bang the neighbor's kid. I didn't come into your chat. Did quote that one then, because you didn't quote that. You quoted fuck the poor. You quoted, let's see. You quoted I'm the great king shit, John 14:6. And you quoted some anti-Semitic shit, I'm guessing, because John 10:10:11, the thief only comes to kill and destroy. Go ahead, post the one where he's like, don't touch children. Go ahead and post where Jesus said, no man should be a slave to another. Because I can tell you the Sermon on the Mount is where he said, good slaves, obey your masters. Where Christ directly said slavery was okay. That's also in the slaves book. And by the way, I noticed you didn't put a quote on that one. Where's your quotations, friend? Well, what did Jesus say? You put it in my chat. Let's see. Jesus said to him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Did he say treat others? No, he didn't. Did I say Jesus is saying any of this? I'm quoting what you're quoting, friend. And no, I don't own a Bible anymore. You get me a Bible and I'll read the entire fucking thing, cover to cover. Because I personally believe if more of you dipshits read your Bibles, you wouldn't be as fucking dipshit and Christian as you are. You'd actually know the history behind your crap. But all you want to do is, why, Jesus, give me money. Like many a Southern preacher, and I hate that shit, friend. But on to the matters of the day. Because honestly, it is fun arguing with you idiots in chat. But no, I can't exactly quote. Oh, that's cute. Now, can you give me the exact quote? Because when I Googled that one, it didn't exist. No, because I need an exact quote. And what's ESV? Does that mean you edited that chapter of Matthew? Because it seems like you might have. Again, friend, we need to be honest with our edits. Because what I'm telling you is to treat others as you will is something that Crowley taught and something that Buddha taught. Jesus taught to follow the old way because he did not come to change but a mote and tittle of the old way, but to enforce it. Not to bring love, but to bring a sword. Oh, you ran away. Bye-bye. Like I said, Christians, if you want to come and actually debate like good faith, we can do that. I wouldn't suggest doing it this early before I got to cook for a shitload of people while your preachers are sitting there diddling their wives and their kids. But, you know, you want to debate, we can have an actual debate. I'm just saying don't give me bullshit and expect me to be like, oh my, it's the word. Because that ain't how this goes, friend. The planet's on fire and your Jesus ain't going to help us. Because another thing that the Nazis used, did the Nazis have Satan serve us on their badges? Did the Nazis believe that they were serving the great Khan or the great serpent? No. What did their badges say, kids? Gott mit uns. God with us. So, if I were a higher being with mighty, mighty mystical powers, someone said, hey, I'm with Travis and I'm going to do all these horrible, unspeakable things. They wouldn't do that. It would be some Old Testament shit. Like if someone, you know, did a goat wrong or didn't give proper thanks. Because again, look at your Old Testament stories. There aren't a lot of good heroes in there. David murdered a dude so he could rape their wife, Bathsheba, on the roof. I'm just saying, if you've read your Bible, you'll see there aren't many good characters. Bitch, go ahead. They were very Christian. The only reason the Catholic Church didn't fully back Hitler through the entire affair was because Hitler became in love with his own legend. When he was doing it for God in the original portion, when he was just killing the queers and killing the fucking Romani people and killing as proven by the fact that he refused to heal the Muslim child. Or do we forget the quote, pearls among swine? Because that was a Bible quote, friend. When an Islamic lady asked Jesus to heal their sick child, and Jesus said, "Why would I heal you when you are not one of mine?" It would be like casting pearls among swine. Again, friend, I'm pulling out the fucking Old Testament shit I learned in Sunday school. You might have a Bible fucking started. Hey, friend, how long ago was the Bible written after Jesus' death? A supposed death, because again, we still have not a single historic artifact that isn't some scammy, creepy thing. Oh? Again, Sermon on the Mount. Look up. Hell, you Google it this time. Pearls Among Sheep, original etymology of the word. Go ahead. Go ahead, Tennis Broski. Oh my God, that is the whitest fucking name I've ever heard. Do. Well, while we wait for him, let's get on the matters of the day. Here's the thing, friends, and this is why I'm against cult thinking, which is why I'm against a lot of the Christian nonsense. I'm just going to ignore him. Cool job, bro. Now, as I was saying, the thing is they can sell you on shit real easy. It's real easy. They divide you. Notice how he came in here, and as soon as I started saying, hey, y'all, we need to love each other, we need to work together, suddenly he pops in with all sorts of non-biblical shit to try to divide people. Why do you think that is, folks? Now, I could say, it's the secret enemy. It's the monster. It's the beast. No, it's people. I'm hurting his feelings because I'm insulting his nonsensical cult belief. So instead of with facts and real things, he's going to come at me with nonsensical biblical things, thinking that I care about a Bronze Age sex manual, because that's all it is. Again, why do you think God didn't know where the sun went at night? Why do you think God couldn't handle iron chariots? Is your God so weak that he can't handle iron? Because I hate to tell you this, friend, but if that's the case, no wonder your God hasn't made an appearance. Much like the Fae, he's been worked out by modern technology. Why do you think it is that in the Old Testament God says if you want to have a striped animal, have two calves, make a calf in front of sticks? It's because they were fucking ignorant sand people. Not to be mean, not to be racist, because that wasn't being racist. They were a desert-dwelling nation. Looking at it anthropologically, look at the groups that come from the southern and tropical regions. Multi-deities, some warring, some peaceful, but instead of God being a wonderful goddess of the island who will feed you and take care of you, now suddenly he's a stogie man on a mountain who will watch you die. But it's okay, because again, modern concept, if you die, he'll give you a kingdom. For the record, Christ never said that. It's a myth, much like our founding fathers didn't give a shit about me or you. Who they cared about were white land-owning people who were literate, could read, and could represent themselves in court. Those are all the founders cared about. Outside of that, they didn't give a shit. You were for the cannons. I mean, given the fact that George Washington helped lead the genocide against the Native American people, or one of the several genocides against the Native American people, I'd say that all people created equal nonsense is just that, nonsense. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Some of the victims that they've created and otherwise abandoned afterwards. Send your money there and save your prayers. You can roll them up and shove them right up your ass. I don't care about those. Prayers are cheap. Do something. And this is the part where I inevitably have to say I'm not making a call to violence for anybody there. Let's be clear. Do not hit this dipshit in my chat. Do not be mean to this dipshit in my chat. Here's what you need to do. Feel pity for them and then move forward. Because he's like one of those people that after a school shooting happens, I'm the type saying, hey, maybe we should limit the amount of guns that Americans have. Maybe we should make guns a little bit harder to get and only mature people should have them. He's the type that'll offer you the nice and productive thoughts and prayers. that did it. Yep, God will make sure none of them kids get gunned down. 2 days later. What do you mean another shooting happened? I gave thoughts and prayers. Yeah, you can shove those prayers right up your ass. They don't do anything, friend. Again, if you want to do something, because this is my third monster of the day, I'm getting ready to go cook food and basically serve people, something you haven't done. And I'm upset because of the lack of intelligence in my country. I'm upset because of the cult leaders. And I'm upset because you enjoy protecting pedophiles. I don't dig that, friend. Why do you like to protect pedophiles in the church? Why don't you pray for all the kids your preachers are molesting, huh? Like I said, you're killing my chat, brah. Come back with something good or, go away. Now, as I was saying, no, that's not my ride. Like I said, y'all, gonna get cut soon as my ride gets here, but they ain't texted yet, so I'm guessing they ain't here yet. Again, feel free to come by to the live chat after work. I'll be walking home after picking up my friend's medication. Because again, great and powerful God that they are decided to give us bodies that get diabetes and cancer. They decide to give us bodies that break down on a planet that is not made for us, and a galaxy that is not made for us, and a world that is constantly trying to kill us. Hey, Tennis Broski, do me a favor. Go down to Australia and hike along the kangaroo fence in your underwear for a little bit. Then tell me how this world is made for us. And for those of you who are Australian or who can do that crazy challenge, don't do that. You will die because Australia is hard mode and it will kill you because God doesn't care. Just saying, folks, if you're waiting for God to save you, you're going to die. Get to getting it yourself or get to helping your fellows because God ain't going to do it. You don't love shit. Your idea of love is meaningless. You love me the same way as you love a pedophile. You love me the same way you love politicians. You love me the same way you love your mama. Love is meaningless. Because if you love everyone unconditionally forever, then what the fuck does your love even mean? I love you like air, meaning I'll always be around until I'm not, and then I'll be gone. Again, folks, don't buy the false bullshit. Here's what you got to do. You don't always got to confront it. What I'm doing is giving him what he wants. He's derailing my entire conversation, considering right now America's doing a Holocaust and funding a Holocaust in another country. And yet all he wants to do is bitch about Jesus loving everybody. Hey, where's Jesus' love for the migrant right now? Hey, where's Jesus to stop Trump? Hey, where's Jesus right now at all? Because he's about 3,000 years late considering on the Sermon on the Mount. Go ahead and look it up. He said, some of you will not even taste of death before I am to return. Hell, the Apostle Paul, he never met Jesus. He's one of the main apostles y'all bitches go on about and crow about. He never knew Jesus. He was a Roman killing Christians, and he had a heat stroke in a moment. And then he came back with the wildest anti-sex doctrine that ever came out. Now remember, Paul is the one who tells Christians to only get married if you have to. Paul was basically a hang out with the boys, hate women kind of dude. Because he hated sex. He absolutely despised sex. That's why he demanded you get married. A lot of the whole New Age alt-righty shit from the Baptists, yeah, that's all Paul. You can thank Paul for that. Because originally he was out there killing Christians, and then he realized what a great grift it was, so he joined them. Again, Paul's one of the apostles that gets talked about the most, but he never hung out with Jesus. He was around about 400 years after Christ. But if you read the book, you'd assume he was just palling around and elbow rubbing with him. Where that at, brother? Oh, he left. Again, amazing. When you start putting their feet to the fire, they run off. Much like Jordan Peterson, it's like they represent nothing. Again, meanwhile, I'm out here representing myself. We're 22 minutes into the stream, and while I make fun of him, we do this mostly for free every day of the week. Sometimes video games, sometimes artwork, most of the time just firing off the hip. Eventually, I'll have scripted content. For now, I'm still working on that. Y'all, please be patient with me. I also rescue cats and other animals. They're the ones you see in the backgrounds frequently in my pictures. And They're very good animals. If you're looking to adopt, do look me up. If you're in the Georgia area, all I ever ask is that two things. One, if you cannot take care of the animal, if your landlord turns out to be an asshole or you otherwise cannot, please bring them back. I will happily continue taking care of them until we can find them a good home. I don't blame anyone who can't. People are different, times is different. Two, I do not charge for the animal services or helping, but as a byproduct, yes, some of them are unneutered and unfixed. Please do make sure they get neutered and fixed. And if that's the case of a cat, I would prefer them to be indoor animals only. I have tried my best to maintain keeping indoor animals only. I say this not for a lack of love of my feral little friends, but because cats are basically serial killers. Don't believe me? Look it up. They're adorable and they're sweet and they're fucking serial killers. Keep your cats indoors. Please spay and neuter your animals. As I said, let's see if I can just go ahead and let's see. Gonna go ahead and give you a timeout. Okay, buddy? Okay. Y'all have a good day now. Go be angry somewhere else. Maybe God will give you the power to bring your messages back. Either way. Like I said, y'all, argue with them, try to find the middle ground. But if you come to the point where they're just going to troll, delete, move on. Now, back to the animals, the far more important subject matter. I've also got a very large dog right now named Alice. She's a sweetheart. She is very hyperactive, could really use a kid or a farm shaved, and every time I give her a good close shave, she wants to go outside for a little bit. Just food for thought. Top of the hour ad call out sort of thing. Eventually I'll get a Patreon if I get over 100 of you. For the record, any of my beautiful action dumb. I hold assholes in account for being assholes. If you're a Christian because you don't have all the answers and God made it's a dislike of everything that religion represents and ever. And if you don't understand that, well, look up reservation schools, look up, just Google it. Just Google it. Okay, y'all? Just Google it for me. I will do a deep dive on why I have such a problem with organized religion, especially Christianity, but that'd be a later one. For now, just understand, I went to cotillion school. I am still licensed to do weddings. And yeah, I could technically be a preacher for the church if I wanted to. Because when I hiked across the eastern coast of the U.S., I did it with the hopes of returning home, taking care of my grandfather, healing him through the power of God, and becoming a preacher. I got home, realized that there is no power in God, and now I'm doing my very best to make sure everybody's okay, because that's what we got to do. You know what's not going to save somebody? God. You want to know who will save somebody? That person who took their love of God, went to medical school, and now knows how to do CPR. Just saying. I'm not saying don't have faith. I personally don't, because I think it's stupid. But if you have faith, I'm not saying you are stupid. I'm saying you put that faith to use. It's easy to and expect some higher being to wipe your ass. It's a lot harder to get into the nitty gritty, grab you some fucking TP and wipe. That's what I'm saying, folks. I'm a very big preponderant of wipe your ass, don't expect your God to do it for you. That's why I hate thoughts and prayers. That's why I don't like those types of people. But, truth be told, I do know a few good Christians. That picture frame is for a nice Christian that I know. A very nice Christian lady. For the record, that's why I'm going to spend the next few minutes pointing out and making sure everyone understands, not all Christians. Okay? Because, yeah, dude gets on my nerves. I'll give him that. He got on my nerves because I don't like preachers. I hate preachers. I hate the people who would get on here and, I'll pray for you. Won't you pat me on the back? Don't you think I'm a good person? Say I'm pretty and a good person, please. No. Dude, seriously. Do something for somebody and get rewarded, get thanks. make them do it for themselves and fuck off. You didn't do anything. If you helped yourself, it's not self-help. You helped yourself. Does that make sense? That was supposed to come off more as a joke. I got a message from my boss. Give me just a second, cause I'm hoping y'all don't end up seeing it. Aww. Well, that's sad. We lost another kitten. Rip, little friend. You deserve better. Like I said, y'all, it's rough out there for the ferals, but they'll be alright. We adopt, we move, we help where we can help. It's the best we can do. Also, unfortunately, my boss is on her way, so I will see y'all after work. I'll be walking home through the Georgia sun, and come on by and we'll do a fun ranty stream. Maybe I'll have a heat stroke and meet your Jesus. Who knows? Should be fun for all. Either way, y'all be good. I'm coming to you from the sun-ravaged and... See, I had a better sign-off plan, but I gotta get it done right so I'm not just stealing from the majority report. I want to do a whole sun-ravaged, capitalist-destroyed Georgia, because the path I walk used to be a very pretty wooded path. Now, every time I walk it, it might be my death because there's no shade. And so I'm going to be there casting all the shade I can. Huh? Y'all have a good day. Be good to each other. Remember, community above all else. Little friend, if you're still timed out and you're still here, I know you won't be because you Christians can't sit there with your mouth shut for more than 5 minutes. Come on back if you want to play again, devil. We can dance. Either way, y'all, be the change you want to see in the world. Nobody's coming to save us. It's up to us. Endure and survive, nonviolence, all the other doobly-doo. Y'all be good. I'll see you here about 6 hours. See you then. Bye, fam.